Just before this episode, I want to tell you about another adventurous audio podcast series. The series returns that's not afraid to talk about the really dark and difficult stuff.
I told each of them that their dad had taken his own life, that he was in a really, really dark, bad place, and he couldn't see a way forward and he couldn't find his way back.
Stories of loss and grief.
There was this sense of being on the edge of an abyss almost, like, how am I ever going to function in the world again? Who am I? What's happening to me?
And stories of hope after hell.
Every morning that I wake up, I am grateful that I get to wake up, because for a long time I didn't want to. And now the whole thing has shifted on its head. I have more happiness and joy in my life because of me.
Honest, open and thought-provoking conversations about mental health.
A lot of people will be told that vulnerability makes you weaker. Trust me, it makes you stronger. 100%.
Speaking of Suicide, a series from Mikey's Line and Adventurous Audio. Find it wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, it's Ali here, salon director from the Head Gardener in Inverness. Talking about cancer is never easy, but unless we're open and honest about it, how can we learn from each other and, most importantly, support each other? Personally, I love this podcast. Every so often there'll be a little nugget that will just smack you in the face and you just think, whoa, right, that resonates. I think Pennie is an amazing storyteller. She's utterly honest and yes, sweary, but cancer makes you a bit sweary. I'm really proud to be the sponsor of Lump and I hope you get as much from it as I do. But don't forget to like it, rate it and share it. And over to Pennie.
Normal. This week, I've been snagged by the word normal. Kind of a dull, grey word at best. Normal doesn't sound like she'd stay out all night doing drugs and shagging random strangers. No, normal sounds more like she'd curl up with a nice cup of tea and a biscuit, probably a custard cream. Normal is a bit more Norma Jean than Marilyn. I've been snagged by normal because an obsession with her absence is all around us just now. COVID has sent her packing, and now everyone is looking for her, talking about how and when they might meet her, how and when they might get her back. She's a holy grail, an island paradise where everything is shiny and warm and right, and azure seas gently lap golden sands, because that's all normal, of course. And the lack of normal has birthed, if I dare squeeze two loathed phrases into the one sentence, a new normal. But while COVID crusaders may yet see that day we return to a normal way of being, for us cancer crusaders, it's not so clear what we're seeking to return to. You can never be back to who you were before cancer, because you are utterly changed. Who you were before disappears, like a land at the top of the faraway tree. It's moved out of reach to be replaced by an emotional minefield riddled with cancerous potholes. I do get why normal seems to be a handy concept to peg your recovery to. Ah, recovery. I'm liking that word less and less too, but I'll pocket it for another rant on another day, and don't get me started on the phrase recovery journey. Blech. But I've no idea what my personal normal is anymore, and I have a sneaky suspicion that when people say normal, they mean their normal, not mine. My normal raises eyebrows. My normal is not what people mean when they ask if life is getting back to normal. My normal does not involve gentle exercise. My normal doesn't really involve learning to be kind to yourself. My normal doesn't involve putting your feet up or resting much. Self-love, whatever the fuck that means, doesn't really come into it. So when I watch beating breast cancer videos carefully constructed by professionally unscary, deeply caring, soft-voiced staff, I almost have to look behind me to see who they're talking to, because it's not me. I want to spool ahead to get to my bit, the bit for people like me. But I always run out of video, or let's be honest, fall asleep listening to the soothing purr of the breast cancer nurse's voice. So I've realised I don't much want to get back to normal, because I wasn't very normal in the first place. I want to get back to being a bit weird, preferably a lot weird. Most people think it's a bit weird to start my day by wriggling into my very lovely new cue excited squeak wetsuit, then head down the hill through ice and snow for a swim in the loch. That's apparently nuts. Yes, but it's my nuts, thank you very much. Badminton, Pilates, cycling, walking, climbing, singing, hot smoking, fish, baking, cooking curries that take all day. Why not just buy it ready-made? Because this is my abnormal, so back off. If anything, cancer has made me want to be more abnormal than ever. I want more of life than I ever got out of it before. I want to add to the list of stuff I love, and I want a body that will come with me on this one. That's all I ask. I want to continue to be a bit weird, nuts, bonkers, abnormal. Call it whatever you want. Because that's how I was before cancer. And even if I can't be exactly who I was before cancer, I've got a sneaky suspicion, if I put my mind to it, I can be even more abnormal than before. Lump is sponsored by Ali McCritchie and the fantastic team at the Head Gardener Hair Salon in Inverness. Without them, it simply wouldn't be possible, so a massive thanks to them for all their support. If you like Lump, make sure you tell the team when you're next in the salon, and they'll give you a free gift. Coming up in the next episode, for the first time, I start to realise that cancer is receding. It's becoming a bit player, because I care far more about Bee's and David's happiness than I do about cancer. Lump is written and presented by me, Pennie Stuart, and produced by Adventurous Audio.